how 4 Pak-based Jaish terrorists were gunned down by our forces. Now this is the next Times Now big exclusive that we are getting for you. CCTV visuals of the Pakistan terror truck has been accessed. It was used like a terror bunker by these 4 terrorists who were inside it, and they were armed to the teeth with at least 7 AK-47s. They were carrying grenades and several such arms and ammunition, as well as medicines which were made in Pakistan. Now these exclusive CCTV footage that we've managed to access for you shows just how at 3:43 a.m. this truck carrying Jaish terrorists went and crossed the Daror toll plaza. These are the visuals that you can see of that truck, and inside it were 4 terrorists hidden along with their AK-47. It was crossing the Daror toll plaza. This is a report which has been filed by Pradeep Datta. Listen in.
Times Now has accessed CCTV footage that clearly shows that truck carrying 4 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists crossed Saror Toll Plaza at 3:43 a.m. yesterday. For about 1 minute and 30 seconds, truck was here, paid toll, and after that it moved towards Bajalta. By 4:25 a.m., truck was near Bajalta Chowk, and by 4:45 a.m., it was at Band Toll Plaza, where finally truck was intercepted by security force personnel. At that time, when they started checking truck, terrorists who were hiding inside vehicle, they opened indiscriminate fire into 2 SOG personnel were injured. Now it is clear that these terrorists crossed Samba sector. They were camping at one of the launch pads across the border with the help of Pakistan Army and Pakistani Ranger. They came out to this side. Truck was waiting on roadside, and they boarded that truck and they moved towards Toll Plaza. Our idea was to carry out terror-related activities during forthcoming DDC election. They wanted to carry out spectacular attack. Now there is no doubt left that Pakistan is aiding and abetting terror, but they keep on misleading international community by playing victim card. But how long they will play that policy of deceit, deception and denial? Because now it is clear the kind of ammunition they were carrying with them, and infiltration route also shows that they crossed Samba sector. From Samba they came to the roadside where truck was waiting, and finally they came towards this area 3:43 a.m. This is the Saror toll post which they crossed. We have got the CCTV footage. For about 1 minute and 30 seconds, truck was here. Then it moved towards Band Toll Plaza. But security force personnel were able to eliminate all 4 terrorists. That way they were able to thwart and foil sinister plot of Pakistan to carry out Pulwama-type attack during DDC election. Reason being, Pakistan cannot see peace and prosperity in Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan is trying to spill blood of Kashmiris because there is a lot of enthusiasm among people regarding this democratic process. So that is one of the reasons they are trying to target. And this has been the modus operandi for long. We have seen that since 2018. Jaish-e-Mohammed has been using these trucks as mobile bunkers and to reach Kashmir Valley to carry out act of terror. In 2018, in fact, nephew of Maulana Masood Azhar, he had crossed from Samba sector. He had also boarded a truck, and truck took him towards Pulwama. Finally, in 2019, he carried out the dastardly attack in which 40 CRPF personnel were martyred. Pradeep Datta with Amit Bharadwaj for Times Now.
Well, let me go across to Pradeep Datta. He's joining us from the toll plaza. Also joining us, Shehzad Poonawala, a political analyst. Pradeep, to you first. By having accessed the CCTV footage, what you've done for Times Now, Pradeep, you've literally managed to chart out a timeline of this infiltration. No longer can Pakistan deny, nor are they even putting up the pretense of denying, that it is terror emanating from their soil to bleed India ahead of very crucial polls.
See, Meghna, for the last several years, we have seen that Pakistan has been following the 3D terror strategy. That is deceit, deception and denial. They will keep on pushing terrorists into this side of the border, but they will keep on denying their hand. That's exactly what they did yesterday when their radio Pakistan said that these were the Kashmiri youth. Though they tried to glorify and eulogize them, but they called them Kashmiri youth. But now one thing is quite clear. These were Pakistani terrorists who had come from the Samba sector, because there is a visual evidence. At about 3:43 a.m. yesterday morning during wee hours, truck truck crossed Saror Toll Plaza. At Saror Toll Plaza, the truck was for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Driver paid toll. After that, it moved towards the Bajalta area. And by 4:25, it was there at Bajalta Chowk. And by 4:45, it was at Band Toll Plaza, finally where the truck was intercepted. What we have come to know from sources is that these terrorists had stayed at Shakargarh. Shakargarh is one of the launch pads, the terror launch pads opposite Samba sector. And there the Pakistan Army and Pakistani Rangers, they helped them to cross over to this side. They took advantage of the thick shrubs and they came over to this side. And this was a similar kind of a strategy that was adopted by Mohammed Umar. Mohammed Umar was the mastermind of Pulwama bombing. He had also taken the same route in 2018 February. As per NI charge sheet, he had cut some of the strands of the fence. He had then made the video clip of that, and then he crossed over to this side. That time also the truck was waiting, and that truck, normally what we have seen, that they convert this truck into mobile bunkers. And here in this case, the investigations revealed that this truck had crossed Lakhanpur and moved towards Punjab on November 1. And on November 9th, this truck came back towards the Lakhanpur side. What the truck was, where the truck was stranded from November 9 till yesterday, November 19, nobody knows about it. That's a matter of investigation. But one thing is clear, that for all these days, they were trying to convert truck into a mobile bunker so that they can surround it with the sandbags as well as rice bags, so that the terrorists can hide inside and no one can get an inkling, or they can easily checkmate security agencies. And that's what exactly they did. But this time, in fact, the security agencies had information. It was because of the pinpointed, accurate, concrete information, intelligence input, that they were able to pin down these terrorists. Already the security forces were waiting because they had an idea that today the terrorists will be infiltrating and coming over to this side. Finally, they were able to intercept truck while SOG personnel, they were moving towards the truck. That was the time these terrorists panicked. They opened fire. In firing, 2 of the SOG personnel, they sustained bullet injuries. But after that, immediately the area was cordoned, and 2-hour-long encounter, all Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists were eliminated. Now look at the kind of the seizure made from the slain ultras.
Absolutely.
20 kg explosive, the similar 20 kg explosive. In fact, that time Pulwama mastermind was also carrying, when he had crossed Samba sector, 11 AK series rifle, gelatin sticks, sat phones, so that they can stay in touch with their mentors sitting across the border, so that they can stay in touch with their inter-service intelligence people also. There's a lot of pressure. Reason being that India has been giving them a befitting reply so far as line of control is concerned. Many of their soldiers have been killed because before Diwali they tried to launch attack. They wanted to target many of these areas, civilian areas. But what really happened, they wanted to carry out the bat attack also. But India was able to give them back. More than 40 Pakistani soldiers were killed. There had been several of them had been fatal casualties. Many of the terrorists in launch pads were also eliminated before on 13th of November. Because
anymore, and there is no way that Pakistan can deny it had pushed in terror. That is when this encounter had happened. But let me go across to Shehzad. I believe we've lost that audio connection, so let me stay with Pradeep Datta. Pradeep, what is astounding, however, is that minutes after this encounter, 4 of these terrorists who were armed to the teeth, as you are rightly pointing out, were neutralized by our forces. Pakistan came out and called them innocent civilians who were gunned down by our forces. Surprisingly, despite that, by evening, there were those in the opposition who were calling for talks with Pakistan, saying that after Hafiz Saeed's sentencing, perhaps it's time to look towards a more peaceful existence. Is it even possible?
That's really, Meghna, that's really unfortunate. In fact, we had been listening to what Majid Memon said. He was trying to give, in fact, certificate to Pakistan Imran Khan for arresting Hafiz Saeed. Everybody knows that 2611 perpetrator is being treated like a VVIP. We saw that how he came in a cavalcade. If somebody is arrested, they are not given that kind of a VVIP treatment. It is for the world community to see what hogwash and sham arrest they are, in fact, trying to project before the FATF team. Because already there are chances of Pakistan getting blacklisted. That's one of the reasons that they are doing all these things. And the second what problematic is that D. Raja as well as others, they will not be speaking for the patriot. At least yesterday, they should have given a pat on the back of all those people who took the bullets.
Not one word which came in for our braves who managed to neutralize without taking any other casualty. They were very careful in the way that they carried out the encounter, gave them repeated warnings before these 4 terrorists pushed in by Pakistan were gunned down. But Shehzad Poonawala, who's also joining us. Shehzad, interestingly, not one word of congratulations to our braves for carrying out this very delicate encounter. Instead, now the same opposition parties who've so far backed Pakistan even insist on having talks with them, and this was yesterday on the eve of this encounter.
Absolutely, Meghna. First of all, I want to congratulate Times Now for accessing this exclusive visuals of the Pakistan terror truck. I think NIA, which is now looking into the investigations, will really find it very, very important and may take cognizance of it. But more importantly, will the doubters lobby, will the Pak dialogue lobby take cognizance of this? I mean, please zoom on these trucks and show these doubters whether Pakistan was sending Diwali gifts and hampers for the people of India. Because they wanted talks even after this. I remember I saw the bites of Mr. Raja and others on your channel, and they were saying that we must continue dialogue with Pakistan. Majid Memon was lauding Pakistan. The lobby can't seem to get enough of Pakistan. So please show them these visuals, send them a copy each, and show them whether these trucks were full of Diwali hampers, gifts, sweets, or were they full of explosives, AK-47s, and material to kill India and kill Indians.
Well, absolutely. These are visuals that they ought to watch. Pakistan itself doesn't deny anymore that they've been pushing in terror, calling those terrorist martyrs and innocent civilians. On the other hand, you have those within India who still want to have talks with Pakistan. Well, keep tracking the developments on that ground, Pradeep Datta. Great work getting us these exclusive CCTV footage. This really shows us the timeline of infiltration of these terrorists.